Get him, get him.
That's a 5-pounder.
What's going on, everyone? Today we're going to be talking about my top 3 summertime baits I always have in the tackle box or tied on, whether it's fun fishing or tournament fishing, that are guaranteed to get you guys bites. All right, guys, let's get into this. Hollow body frogs are probably the most versatile topwater bait that there is. You can fish them literally anywhere. The heaviest mat, wood, open water, rocks, around grass lines, basically anywhere. And they get bit. And not only do they just get bit, they're known to catch bigger bass too and get bigger bites.
That was a good
So you
one.
should always have one tied on or in the tackle box. Just to keep it simple, we'll stick to 2 colors. You got white and you got black. For my white frog, I'm throwing it on sunny days, calm, slick sunny days, or if I know the bass are feeding up on shad. On those cloudy days, your windier days, or dirty water, that's when I'll be throwing the black frog. And I will mix it up too. Just because it's sunny doesn't mean I won't throw black, because sometimes they'll eat a black frog better than they'll eat a white frog, or vice versa. I throw my frogs on a 7.3 heavy action rod. I'm a short person, so once you get to 7.4, 7.5, 7.6 rods, that's a little bit long for me. I like a 7.3 to 1 gear ratio reel just because I can pick up that line if I need to, and I have enough torque to winch those fish out of heavy mats if I need to. I like 50-pound braid, but if your fisheries have big fish, then I would go up to 55 or 60-pound braid or an extra heavy rod. Around here, a 6-pounder is a really big fish, and I'm not worried about breaking a rod or breaking it off. All right, guys, time for bait number 2. Crankbait's been a staple for me for the past couple years, so I always have one tied on, whether it's a deeper diving crankbait or a square bill. I like to fish your shallower diving crankbaits or square bills in the morning when those bass are still up shallow feeding. I'll rip grass with it if it's more of a grass fishery. Otherwise, I like to crank rocks in the mornings or rip wrap. As it starts to get later in the day and those bass pull off deeper, then I'll switch over to a deeper diving crankbait. I like to crank rock piles in 8 to 12 foot of water. That's just my comfort zone personally. Otherwise, I like to crank the outside edges of brush piles and see if I can get a bite or two. I throw my crankbaits on a 7 foot to 7.2 medium action rod with a moderate tip, a 6 to 1 gear ratio reel, and then my line is dependent. So here's a tip for you. If you're fishing an 8-foot diving crankbait and you throw it on, let's say, 17-pound fluorocarbon, you could probably get that crankbait 10 foot deep. For me, I like to stick with 12 to 17-pound fluorocarbon. I always throw fluorocarbon. And when I'm fishing deeper, I'm throwing it on 17-pound just so I can keep that crankbait all the way down at the bottom. And then when I'm fishing shallower, I'm normally throwing 12. If I'm fishing around a lot of grass, I'll throw 15. Or I'm cranking wood, I'll throw 15 as well. All right, guys, time for bait number 3. A Texas rig has definitely produced a lot of fish for me over my entire lifetime. It's one of my favorite baits to throw, and it's great for flipping, punching, pitching, dragging rock piles, fishing brush piles. There's so many things you can do with a Texas rig. We're gonna keep it simple and just talk about a ribbon tail and a crawl style bait. I like to fish my ribbon tails around brush piles real slow and get some really good bites doing that. And I will throw it around rock piles too, just to mix it up. If I'm pitching, flipping, or punching, it's gonna be a crawl bait. Depending on water clarity, depends color. So if it's clear, I'm gonna be throwing green pumpkin. If it's stained, I like to throw a June bug or some sort of purple just to mix it up. And then if it's muddy or super windy or super cloudy, I'll throw black and blue. That's my 3 basic colors. I don't really stray too far from there. And then for my ribbon tails, if it's clear water, I'm gonna be throwing most likely green pumpkin. And if it's any kind of color to the water or cloudy at all, I'm throwing tequila sunrise. Generally, if I'm fishing a Texas rig, unless I'm punching, I'm throwing it on 17-pound fluorocarbon, a 7-foot medium heavy rod with a fast action tip, and then a 7.3 to 1 gear ratio reel. All right, I hope this helps someone catch some fish this summer. Go ahead and leave a comment, let me know what your favorite summertime baits are, and I'll see you guys next time.